Thank you, my dear friends, for joining me for today's class and this overall journey of the Bhagavad Gita. It is, I'm kind of, I am impelled to do this class. So sometimes, I was thinking that, oh, today is going to be a busy day. And well, can I miss this class for this Thursday? And maybe I could pick up next Thursday. But then, no, a thought in me keeps on poking me, provoking me, and it compels me that no, I have to do Gita class. I have to do Gita class. And then, even though the time was very less this week and I was busy with so many other things, but God makes sure Guru keeps, a stick on my head that you have to do this. But then there is so much love that I find doing these classes, and there is so much wisdom that comes reading one verse of the Gita and contemplating over it and just thinking over and over it throughout the day. It just opens up so many gateways in the mind, the intellect, and the realization of God's presence. It starts to dawn upon us. And this is the beauty of the Gita. With every new verse, you're like to say, wow, thank you, God. Thank you, Guru. Yeah. So any thoughts, comments, or questions do we have, Captain Joy?
Om Guru to all. Begin with, I would, on this special day, as we all know, today is Dr. Radhika's birthday. And we wish you the best on the spiritual path. And you're the guiding light for all the members in this group. And we are all blessed with your presence. And we have a question, and then everyone may like to have a direct conversation with you on this. We'll keep it a little informal, and I'll first go ahead with the question, and then we'll go ahead with the further thing. I want to ask, what about the sufferings a person has to go through before it finally realizes its true soul nature, and that too for million of years? Isn't it due to simple unawareness of the reality the soul has to suffer for million of years?
That is absolutely correct. The ignorance is the cause of your our wandering into this samsara and then suffering over and over and over again. But this ignorance, is it easy to cross? No. It is the layers are so deep, and our desires in the meantime. So when we descend into the samsara, what happens is we start to have desires. And what does that desire impel us to do? We have to do some karma to attain or fulfill that desire. Now, once the cause has set in, the effect will come. By the time the effect comes, so many other causative agents have started in a karmic cycle that you are not bound without realizing you are bound in this cycle. So not only there is suffering because of unawareness, but also because you're caught in the karmic cycle. So now that becomes, another layer of your ignorance. And then it takes time. It takes millions of years. So for us, 60, 70 years or 100 years of our life, it appears too much. But in eternity, it is just, a flicker in God's eyes. So it is actually nothing. But it appears so long to us, just like, think of a dream. In a dream, you may think of a sequence of events that is lasting for many days, or continuous for many hours. But when you wake up, it is said that many studies have been done and it says that actually lasted 1 to 2 minutes. A 1 to 2 minute of a dream, it gives you the effect of having lived days or weeks, or sometimes the dream continues even on to the next day. So this is just a projection. And time is also an illusion. So it appears that it is taking so much time, although it is said in truth, in eternity, everything is happening simultaneously. So the hypnosis is so much. There is cosmic hypnosis, and then there is individual delusion or avidya, where the person, because of his own desires and own karmic cycle, is getting lost in the jungle of life, of samsara, that he forgets that he even wants to be free. It's just like that story of Lord Vishnu. It is said that Lord Vishnu came down on earth as a pig. And as a pig, then he married a piglet, and then he had many children. And he was happy in his married life, and he was happy playing in the mud. But it is said the balance of the samsara was going haywire. So the devas approached Vishnu to remind him that, He has not this pig. He is Lord Vishnu himself, and that he must abandon his attachment to all of this and come back home. And he said, no, I'm happy. I'm living a very happy life. And eventually it is said that Devas actually had to kill the children and to kill his wife, and then he suddenly realized out of that suffering that he is not what he thinks he is. And he is the Lord of the universe himself. And this situation is the same for us. We get so limited and small that we start to think that this little family and this little house and this little personality and this little life is the only reality that I have, never pondering that the larger scale of things. So this is how delusion works. And the game has to be interesting, as we said in the class, that the Lord makes sure that there are enough temptations and there is enough karmic burden which is found, but the person slowly, from the cocoon it becomes the butterfly. Eventually it breaks free. It starts to understand the truth. Why? Because the soul in its own being, inside the body trapped is the soul. The soul has innate intelligence and is omniscient. So that starts to fight its way out. And then as a human, the battle of Kurukshetra is fought between the virtues and the vices, and eventually he is set free with the help of Krishna. So this is again, the story is that Shiva is becoming Jiva, and then Jiva playing out so many parts, trying out everything on the earth, and then saying that no, I don't want all of this, I want eternal freedom. And then Krishna comes in and he removes that ignorance, because Krishna, Maya is the power of Krishna. Although Maya is controlling us, but Krishna is beyond Maya, and if we go towards Krishna, then he helps to break the spell of Maya. And then that ignorance is removed, immediately suffering is removed, and immediately we realize we were always the free Atman. But this whole story has to be played out. It has to be made interesting to you. It has to be become interesting to the universal intelligence, and it is what it is. So I think that is the answer for this question.
So, Dr. Radhika, we don't have any more questions, but we do have your birthday wishes. I'll just read them out. Manisha is saying, Master's blessings on your Dr. Radhika. Sonia says, thanks once again for the lovely session on your birthday. Padma Priya says, thanks a lot for making us understand with deep meaning. Gratitude to Master. Happy birthday, dear Radhika ji. Ranganathan Selvaraj says, Master's blessings.
Thank
There
you.
is one iPhone saying, looking beautiful, Dr. Radhika. We love you. Happy birthday.
I love you all too, really, from the depth of my heart. You are really God's blessing upon me. It is, if you all are not there, then nothing, I don't have the incentive to poke my head inside the Gita and to read it, to reread it, to understand it, to meditate on it. It's all because of you that I am diving deep into Krishna. And that is really beautiful. And I really love you all for that. Thank you so much.
And iPhone says, I'm Suruchi.
Okay, Suruchi. Hi, Suruchi.
And Paresh is saying, many, many happy returns of the day. Happy birthday, Master and Babaji Krishna. Blessed you.
Thank you so much, great souls. Thank you all. And I think we can end today's session, and we shall meet on Monday with our weekly meditations. Thank you. God bless us all. Jai Guru.
Om Guru, Jai Guru, Om Babaji.